Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video thing, and today we're going to talk about how Jalen Green is disappointing the Houston Rockets. Jalen Green this season has been just very inefficient. I mean, he's had his game. He's had a lot of games this season playing against the Nuggets twice on the road. There's been a couple other games at home. I think against the Sacramento Kings at home earlier this season, against the Lakers. He only played like 21 minutes and scored 28 points. He's had his good moments this season, but he's had more of bad moments this season than good. Bad shooting nights, terrible shooting nights. Last night, I think it was 2 for 12 shooting from Jalen Green last night, I'm pretty sure. It was 0 for 5 from 3 and only had 8 points. In his last 2 games, he's only scored 15 points. In his last 5 games, he's averaging only 13 points per game. And we're talking about the former number 2 overall pick here, who is also, on top of that, playing terrible defense as well and has never been a good defender. The Rocket, just with the way he's playing, and he's been this season, I think he's been benched in the fourth quarter. Last night was either the second or third time it's happened this season. I think it was the third, or if not fourth. I have no idea. Jalen Green has found himself, I'm pretty sure, it was either the third or fourth. He was benched Monday night against the Spurs. He was benched last night against the Grizzlies. He was benched a couple weeks ago against the Warriors, and I think there was one more occasion where he was benched. And it's not like he did anything. It's just bad basketball being played, bad shooting, bad shots being taken. Not only you got that, but terrible defense as well. And I really do believe that the Houston Rockets should consider a lineup change. With the way, usually you don't see a team who's on a 4-game winning streak like the Rockets are right now and playing great basketball, a team that is, 12 and 9? Yeah, 12 and 9. And this is coming out. This is something I was talking about the other night. I mean, the Rockets have 12 wins in their first 21 games. They only had 22 last year. I mean, only just past 20 games, and they're almost halfway through the. They're over halfway through the wins they had last year. So I just believe that for sure the Rockets they're playing great. But there's a weakness. And Jalen Green, I think it would be a statement by Ime Udoka to bench him. And there is a player right now for the Rockets who is playing excellent basketball. In his last 2 games, he has a really amazing stat line, especially for a small forward, power forward. But that person is Tari Eason. Tari Eason, in his last 2 games for the Rockets, 43 points. Last night had a career-high 25 points and 14 rebounds. Then the 2 nights before, against the Spurs on Monday, he had 18 points and a career-high 14 rebounds, which I know he matched his career-high in rebounds last night against the Grizzlies. But Monday, when he had 14, that was his career-high. Also, not to mention, in both of those games, he shot amazing from 3. Last night, shooting 3 for 4. I can't remember the exact number he shot from 3 on Monday, but I know he made at least 2 or 3. And he's shooting the ball well. He's shooting nearly 40% from 3. He's playing good basketball. He's giving the Rockets a lot of second-chance opportunities. Gave the Rockets 6 offensive rebounds last night. He's an amazing rebounder for a small forward/power forward. And obviously, you're taking a guard away from the lineup if you bench Jalen Green. But you have a guy who is a guard that has been playing small forward. So you can move Dillon Brooks to the shooting guard. And you got Fred at point guard. You have Tari Eason at the small forward. You have Jabari Smith Jr. at the power forward. And you have Alperen Sengun at the center position. It's a better rebounding lineup. It's a great rebounding lineup. You have Jabari and Sengun already. And then you add in Tari Eason. You add in Tari Eason, the starting lineup for the Rockets. It's one of the best starting lineup. It's one of the best rebounding and starting lineups in the NBA. Probably top 5, top 10. And then it's a better defensive lineup. Jalen he's not a poor rebounder, but Tari Eason is a way better rebounder than Jalen Green. I know they're different positions and they do different things, but Tari Eason is a very underrated rebounder. And not only does this lineup, improve of rebounding defensively as well, I think it also improves with consistency as well. Tari Eason is way more consistent than Jalen Green is, and I just don't want I don't want the Rockets to give up on Jalen Green. But with the poor basketball he is playing, and with how good Tari Eason is playing, that needs to be rewarded. And Jalen Green's, his poor basketball needs to be, it needs to be disciplined. I mean, I know Ime has tried benching him in the fourth quarter, but if that's happened, like, that was like the fourth time it's happened last night. You also have a guy who is playing excellent basketball like Tari Eason. You need to do something about it. And I love Jalen, I really do, and I think ultimately it would motivate him, and I think it would be better for him to actually run with the second unit. I really do. I think him getting more time with the second unit would actually be better for Jalen Green. I don't think it hurts him. I think it actually helps him. I think he'd be a better player coming off the bench for the Rockets. I think we'd be a better team for him coming off the bench. But yeah, give me your thoughts on what's going on with Jalen Green, his struggles right now. He has road struggles. Ed, I used to talk about how he struggles on the road. Watching these last two games, I don't think it matters where we're playing. Actually, I'd like to go back to Denver. I know we've already played there twice, but somehow when Jalen Green is playing in Denver, that's his best basketball. I think in the two games in Denver this season, he scored like 50 or 51 points. So I'd love to go back to Denver. Maybe we can make all of our games in Denver. I'm just kidding. But I just think right now, I think it's the best situation for the Rockets. Tari Eason is playing great basketball. I think Jalen would be better with the second unit, but we'll see if Ime Udoka does anything about it. I'll tell you what, if Jalen keeps this up, he will be on the bench as a sixth man. And the next guy to get rewarded and come into the starting lineup is probably Tari Eason. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee it would be Tari Eason. I think it would be. But it also wouldn't surprise me if Ime made a starting lineup change if it wasn't Aaron Holiday. I mean, he's playing just as good as basketball as Tari Eason is as well. He's shooting great from the outside. He's playing great basketball. I think if the Rockets want more size, better rebounding, and better defense, you add in Tari Eason. If they want better shooting, and another guard next to Fred, and if they want to go 3-guard lineup, keep Dylan at the 3, then you're starting Aaron Holiday. But we'll see if Jalen even goes to the bench. But that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed their thoughts on Jalen Green, and peace out.